Sostilio was a Hall of Fame midget and sprint car driver. He also attempted 18 national championship races between 1950 and 1955, and again in 1963. Sostilio only qualified for 3 races in 1954, finishing 13th at Milwaukee and 7th at Langhorne and Darlington. Additionally, he qualified on the pole position at Langhorne. Here he sits in a sprint car at Williams Grove in 1953. Heath was a Hall of Fame midget driver who raced from 1938 to 1965. During that time, he started 3 IndyCar races between 1952 and 1953, finishing second at Detroit in the latter year. Later that year, a crash at Indiana Speedway resulted in him losing his left hand. Despite this, he continued to win races, now using a steel hook in place of his hand. Here he is at Ascot Park in 1964. McGreevy was a winning midget driver who occasionally branched into other disciplines. This included the USAC National Championship. However, the midget success did not translate here, as McGreevy only qualified for 2 races, finishing 17th at Springfield in 1965 and 21st at Phoenix in 1966. McGreevy was later inducted into the National Midget Auto Racing Hall of Fame in 1987. Here he competes in a midget race at Oakland. Leep was a Hall of Fame sprint car driver who primarily competed in IMCA. In 1960, he attempted 4 IndyCar races, but only qualified at Syracuse, finishing 14th. Later in his career, he transitioned successfully to super modifieds. Here he is in a super modified race in 1978. Noyes was the owner of an aviation firm and then began to race in Formula 5000. He would use his car from that series at the National Championship season finale at Phoenix in 1974. He finished 25th due to a broken cylinder with no laps complete. Here he is in a Formula 5000 race at Road America in 1971, where he finished 4th. Ribbs had most of his racing success come in Trans Am sports cars. He was first entered in the Indianapolis 500 in 1984, where he failed to appear, and in 1985, where he failed to pass rookie orientation. Ribbs returned to kart in 1990 and became the first African American IndyCar driver. He would qualify at the Indianapolis 500 the following year. Ribbs continued to race IndyCars through 1994, save for a one-off appearance at Las Vegas in 1999, finishing 26th, and would get a best finish of 6th at Denver in 1991. Here he is after historically qualifying in 1991, where he finished 32nd. Spence started off racing Formula cars in Europe in the 1980s and later transitioned to Formula Atlantic in the 1990s. He was also entered at Indianapolis in 1994, but was replaced prior to rookie orientation. In 2011, he was sentenced to 13 months in jail for his part in a fraud scam involving car washes. Here he is in a Formula 3000 race at Birmingham in 1988. After winning the 2009 Indy Lights Championship with 4 wins, Hildebrand moved up to IndyCar the following year. In 2011, he appeared to be on his way to victory at the Indianapolis 500 as a rookie. However, as he passed the lap car of Charlie Kimball, he hit the turn 4 wall on the final lap, causing Dan Wilden to pass him for the win. However, Hildebrand still finished second. As of 2017, Hildebrand has still not won an IndyCar race. Here he is after qualifying at Indianapolis in 2011.